Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret here. It's not the stripper story, it's actually a better story. I'll get to the stripper story at some point. But you guys know how there's been like a lot of AI generated memes lately? Like there's that crayon page where you can just type in crazy shit like NASCAR racing through an African village and it'll spit out like AI generated pictures. There's also like the AI generated text one that's going around where it writes pretty convincing 4chan green text and stuff like that. So I've had an enormous amount of fun just fucking around with these, but I really wanted to take things to the next level. People really don't understand the potential this stuff actually has. So for some background, my city's CFL football team, the Edmonton Eskimos, changed their name about 2 seasons ago because there was this dude up north who was part of like some sort of Aboriginal focus group, kept writing to CBC on a yearly basis for his 15 minutes of fame, crying that the team name was racist and begging the Eskimos to change it. And it was just this really weird saga because not a lot of people agreed with his decision. Like my native buddy from high school named his dog after one of our kick returners, so that just kind of shows you how many actual native people like gave a shit about the team name. But eventually the team just got tired of being smeared in the media so much because Nate and Obed kept writing his yearly pieces about how racist the Eskimos were that they eventually changed their name. Now, since that's happened, the team has been a complete fucking disaster. They haven't won at home since changing their name like 2 seasons ago, and a lot of their social media posts are just like virtue signaling or apologizing for offending people. So, knowing the team is walking on eggshells and more paranoid of being called racist than playing actual football, as their record indicates, I wanted to see just how paranoid these people actually are. In particular, what would happen if you sent in an AI generated customer complaint from a person who didn't even exist? Would they still take it seriously just because you were threatening to call them racist? So the answer is yes. So I went to this AI text generation site called InferKit. I fed it just a couple of sentences to get started, being like, "Dear Edmonton football team, you're doing a great job of being anti-racist, but you're not anti-racist enough. Can you ban the Iron Maiden song Run to the Hills from being played over the PA system during football games?" Which I don't even know if they're playing it or not. I haven't been to an Eskimo game in like 4 years. So from that point on, I had enough for the AI to build off of and press generate, and the AI spit out just complete nonsense, which was perfect for this. It starts by saying the song is associated with the cultural genocide of the First Nations in Canada, which is flat out not true. The song's about the Americans. Second, it says it's the last major song to feature lead singer Ronnie Dunn, kind of implying that this Ronnie Dunn character has already been cancelled worldwide, kind of like Bill Cosby, and that you just shouldn't be playing his music anywhere because it's in really poor taste. So the problem with that is Ronnie Dunn is not the lead singer of Iron Maiden. He's part of the country music duo Brooks and Dunn, which, people in Alberta should know that. The lead singer of Iron Maiden is a guy named Bruce Dickinson. So I was like, this is perfect. None of this email makes sense. It's factually inaccurate. It doesn't even get the name of the singer right. Let's click send and see what happens. And the Edmonton Elks actually got back to me this morning, being like, "Hey Taylor, thanks for your concern. We're going to pass this along to higher ups." They never asked which game I attended. They never even asked to see my ticket or verify that I'm a real person because I'm not. I'm using the pictures of like some girl from Indiana. And they took this nonsensical woke rant written by an AI text generator seriously, and it's now making its way up the food chain of a professional sports team.